prince, Beauty and her Beast, the Louse and the Flea. However, from time to time in storybook land, things do go a bit sour. Human nature. I've always been an optimist and ended my adventures by writing they lived happily ever after, but the truth of the matter is no one ever took the trouble to inquire how those marriages really worked out. That is why, every now and again, I must perform the duties of a marriage counselor.
Good evening, counselor.
Good evening, Miss Scribe. What's on the agenda?
Snow White had to cancel at the last minute.
Oh?
Couldn't change her hairdressing appointment. She's dyeing her hair blonde, you know? Says they have more fun.
I didn't know and I didn't approve. Did she say how she and her prince were getting on?
Sounded rather cynical.
How so?
She said she believed in dreams until she married one.
Prince was always something of a talker. That could be the problem. Once a man learns how to listen, he and his wife can remain on speaking terms indefinitely. Schedule them both for a future date.
Yes, counselor.
Who's first?
Cinderella's husband.
Prince Charming? What could be the trouble there?
He's been waiting for almost an hour.
Show him in, show him in.
You may come in now, Prince.
Thank you.
Good to see you again, Charming.
I'm not feeling charming.
Please sit down. Tell me what's the problem.
Well,
Come, we're here to help.
okay, I'll get straight to it then. I'm here because I don't think I'm suited to Cinderella.
Well, what makes you say that?
You can take Cinderella out of the kitchen, but you can't take the kitchen out of Cinderella.
I'm not following.
I'm a business-like fellow, concerned with worldly affairs, investments, things like that.
Yes.
I need a wife who's clever, intelligent, sensible. Cinderella doesn't need a modern prince like me. She's something from the past. Why I can't get her away from those cinders. She actually likes the fireplace.
Oh, dear.
Why she's even turned that wonderful glass slipper into a planter.
A planter?
She has philodendron growing in it.
Oh.
Before I got married, I used to think that being lonesome was a man's worst fate.
Things are that bad.
I'll show you. Cinderella, what are you doing here in the cookery?
I like it here. It's humble.
I wish you'd get out of humble and into haughty. How do you think it looks to our subjects having the princess dressed in rags? By choice.
I'm a simple person, but sincere. Cinderella, this ball gown needs a little stitching up. It's a little Of course, sister dear.
Unless she's not taken sewing. Since when? As ruler of this kingdom, I forbid it.
Working for others to make her happy. She has a right to be happy. And who are you to say otherwise?
Her husband.
Oh, that.
What are you doing living here anyways? Why don't you live in your own cottage?
When we can live and be living with Miss Pinhead. Cinderella, see what your fish ears. I do my humbling best.
My wife does not brush other people's slippers.
Since when?
This has got to stop!
Why?
There are affairs of state that we must attend to. Pardons, conferences, taxes.
Cinderella has no interest in that sort of rubbish. We keep telling you she's happy the way she is.
But I'm not!
Listen to him, men.
Never satisfied.
All husbands are alike, but they have different faces so you can tell them apart.
Cinderella, I'm losing my patience.
And I have a feeling you'd rather lose Cinderella.
What about the ball this Saturday?
All those people, all that rich food. You go by yourself. I'll stay here and talk to the mice.
Ugh.
Hello, cool stepmother. Is there any humble service I might perform for you?
You're so sweet. You're giving the whole castle diabetes.
Would you like to watch me sweep out the fireplace?
Heavens no. And I don't think you're fulfilling your obligations as a wife and a princess. The people expect more from you.
Well done, am
Oh, what's the use?
I sympathize with you, Your Highness.
Can't waste any more time. You're the royal counterweight.
I can still write a note.
I mean, charm, I'll think of something. Please wait outside. Miss Scribe. Show the poor man out.
Imagine married to a woman who talks to mice and puts training wheels on pumpkin.
It'll be alright.
Oh, boo-hoo, boo-hoo.
Who's next?
Sleeping Beauty's husband, Prince Ling.
Send him in.
I'm in.
I don't see why you couldn't wait with the others.
I'm too impatient.
Obviously, sit down.
I'm desperate.
Let me see. Oh, Sleeping Beauty. And they lived happily ever after. That's what I wrote.
Surprise, surprise. It's always what you write.
You're better about something.
Remember when I had to chop through my way through the thorny forest?
I recall.
Remember I had to chop my way around the thick foliage around the castle?
Naturally.
And after all that, I sprained my wrist. And after all of that, there she was, Sleeping Beauty.
Sleeping.
There's the trouble. They don't call her Sleeping Beauty for nothing. Watch, I'll show you. Beauty. Rise and shine. What are you doing sleeping in the middle of the morning anyway? You slept all night.
I'm gonna stay for my afternoon nap.
Or we're going horseback riding.
I'll think about it.
Maybe.
I'll think if I'm rested enough. You stay.
And you're taking interest in this marriage. Not tomorrow, now. The royal relatives are coming over for a state banquet. And you have to be there, alert, lively. Beauty! Sleeping Beauty!
How dare you wake me? You know I need my beauty sleep. Go fight a dragon or something.
But Beauty?
Is it always like that?
Always. The only time she attended a royal banquet, she fell asleep in the appetizer.
I'll give this some considerable thought. Just wait outside. Thank you, Missing Link. Prince Link! I'll think of something.
You better.
A pond princess. Don't you remember? You married her off to a frog.
A frog?
You're talking about my husband, I gather.
Oh, yes, sorry, I forgot I have so many in my book, you understand.
I don't see how you could forget him. Nasty cold thing that he is.
You mean was. Today, thanks to the counselor, the frog is now happy and well-adjusted prince.
That's so what am I doing here?
Let me handle this, Miss Scrub. Tell the others to be patient. Tom Princess, please.
I prefer to stand.
If you wish.
The idea, the very idea, you ought to be ashamed.
What have I done?
You rise into life and marry us off and then abandon us.
You're being unfair. After all, we're all here to help. We learn from each other. If you would tell me what's troubling you.
To begin with, it's embarrassing to marry a man who was once a frog.
These things happen. We must be mature enough to accept them.
A man can't live as a frog for years and years and change overnight.
What is it that he does specifically that annoys you?
Croaks.
He's croaked. Tom Princess, in a vulgar choice of words, are you telling me that your husband has passed on?
No, he croaks. Croak, 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 like a frog.
Croak. Croak, croak.
There, see for yourself.
I hope he doesn't trip.
Good morrow, husband.
Croak.
Are you in good health?
Croak.
You were singing in the garden pond again.
Croak.
Doing much too much to be singing on lily pad.
Croak.
And the children in the neighborhood are not accustomed to be seeing their ruler playing in stagnant puddle.
Croak.
The royal carpets are soggy from your comings and goings.
Kiss me. Croak.
I assume it's a mud turtle. And why do you keep saying croak? You're not a frog anymore, you're just a husband.
Croak.
Go outside and play in the mud.
Croak.
You want to go down the frog leaping Olympics.
Oh, most unusual. Once a storybook curse is broken by a kiss, the future is usually bright.
Right? My future has been mossy green and I don't like it. I enjoy fine restaurants. I like horseback riding. I delight in official functions.
Interesting you should say that. You've given me an idea.
A man can't live. What is it?
Miss Scribe,
I'm here.
would you call the others in, please?
All of them?
All.
I'm taking Cinderella's glass slipper. It's mine.
Gross.
I went to
Gross.
and she wants it too.
Boys and girls, husbands and wives. It would appear that reigning happily ever after was a bit premature. Please. Nothing will be solved by raw emotion. I assume you all wish to remain married.
That's the whole point of writing a fairy tale.
To the ladies, I would say being a bride is a hit or miss proposition.
If she doesn't take a hit, she'll remain a miss.
To the men, I would say no man expects his life to be perfect.
No matter what she says.
The solution is simple.
What are you going to do?
Some minor editing. I'll do some rewriting, give Miss Scribe some new calculations, and run everything through the computer.
Sensible idea.
Who marries who?
That's whom?
Who cares? Who gets what?
Okay, from what I've heard today, it's perfectly logical. Sleeping Beauty wants to sleep and sleep, correct?
There's your answer.
Okay, take a note, Miss Card. In the new editions, the Frog Prince will marry Sleeping Beauty. She can nap, he can croak.
One nap, one croak.
What about me?
You were right. Cinderella's not for you. I'm afraid she's a loser.
But a loser who is humble and sincere.
Instead of Cinderella, you will now wed your stepmother-in-law.
Don't forget me.
Wonderful idea.
She's clever, skillful, and interested in the stock market.
Don't forget me.
You and Prince Ling think alike. Enjoy the same things. I'll rewrite an ending here, an ending there, and you two will marry.
What about Cinderella? She's left with no one.
She has her humility. No husband can compete with that. Got it all?
I have.
Transcribe everything on tape and run it through the computer.
At once.
Can we what?
If Mother's now married to the prince, we'll have titles too.
All right, everyone, rearrange your lives. We owe it all to modern technology and crisis intervention. Out, out. New lives await you. And there we have it. A slight oversight regarding the end of stories has been corrected. What's that? Speak a little louder, please. You wish to see how things worked out, but I just told you. Very well. Okay, we now see that.
Cinderella, there's a stain on my favorite tie. Can you get it out?
Of course, Your Majesty.
Charming.
What are you doing in here?
There was a stain on my favorite tie.
Well, not having rules. You're talking with the servants. You're an autocrat, not a democrat.
I only thought that.
That's the problem with you, Charming. You think too much. You weren't gonna wear that horrid thing, are you?
It's my favorite.
You don't know how to dress. You never did. I'll choose your clothes from now on. And another thing. Don't invite any more of your friends to the castle. I find them boring. But, why are you stammering like that? Come along or we'll be late to the theater. I had the play changed. I prefer musicals, even if you dislike them. You have no taste in cultural matters. You are fortunate to find a woman like me.
Yes, dear.
Can't win them all. I'm sure the others have fared better.
Croak, 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 croak.
Stop with that croaking. How am I supposed to rest my afternoon nap if you keep me up with that croaking?
Croak, croak, croak.
Stop it, I say.
Ow! Croak, croak.
You're demented.
Oh my.
Lovely, lively, enchanted creature. Aha, at it again. Oh, hello, dear. Don't you hello, dear me, peeping Tom. Are you watching that cinder person through those binoculars again? I think she made more apologies. And I'll give you a few royal lumps. Take that and that and that. Ow!
Cinderella, look at what this boy has done. He's wearing a jacket with a missing button. He's such an infant.
Croak, croak. Croak.
Here is the choice
Croak, croak.
of clothing.
Croak.
Stop it. Give me a mouth and get the exterminator after you.
One more time, like nurse around your school.
Stop, make them all stop.
I'm not afraid of a whistle.
Please, seem to be having some problems.
Never mind your problems. What about me? How are you going to this frog my husband?
Kiss me. Croak.
Help.
I'm a marriage counselor.
Throw him in the moat.
I want a new ending.
Croak, croak, croak.
Behave yourself, you silly boy.
Down with marriage counselors.
Croak.
Miss Fry, put everything back the way it was. Put everything back through the computer. We'll get this thing fixed up yet. And now, Prince Charming has once more found his Cinderella. Prince Ling has been awakened by Sleeping Beauty, and our frog has been transformed by a magical kiss. And they all live happily ever after.
My darling.
My prince.
Counselor, my name is Snow White, and I am here to complain about 7 little old men who keep showing up at my palace.
I'm sorry, the rewrite department is closed.
And that's how you really live, happily ever after.